about some of the basics behind drawing and creating good graphs and chart. So by good we means that it will show what we want to show the reader.
So at the end of the video I'll show you some beautiful pictures from my garden. Okay, so wait for the end.
Hello, my name is Mahima. I am MBA and MSc in Stats. Today we will talk about how to choose the graph which will be best fit to our data. So first we will talk about line graph. Line charts are used to track short-term and long-term changes. When you have some small changes in your data, then it is better to use line chart in compared to bar chart. The line chart can also be used to compare changes in multiple groups during the same time period. Suppose you want to show the average temperature of night in each month of the year, so that you can use line graph. Next is pie chart. When you want to compare entire section, then it is better to use pie chart. They will not change over time. Suppose you want to show how much budget has been spent on different items in a particular year, then you can use pie chart. Next we will talk about bar graph. Bar graphs are used to compare things between different groups and track changes over time. Bar graphs are best to use when changes are large. For example, data might include things like the number of people who preferred each Chinese takeaways and Indian takeaways. Next is area chart. Area chart are similar to line charts. They can be used to track changes in one or more group over time. When tracking changes in one or more related groups, next we will talk about XY diagram. XY diagram is used to determine the relationship between two things. The x-axis is used to measure one event and y-axis is used to measure another event. If two variables increases at the same time, then it has positive correlation, and if one variable decreases and another variable increases, then it has negative correlation. Sometimes variable doesn't follow any pattern and it doesn't matter.
So this is our quarterly sales data and we will plot line graph for this. To plot the graph, select this data set, then click on insert, then line graph. Okay, so this is our line graph. So line graph depict a point value for each category which are joined in a line. Here the sales have fallen rapidly over the year, although the slowdown is leveling out at the end of the year. Line graphs are particularly useful for identifying the point in time at which a certain level of sales revenue was reached. So from this graph you can conclude that at which quarter the sale fall down below 5. So in second quarter the sale fall down below 5. Okay. To plot the pie chart, select again the data, then insert, then pie chart. Okay. So as you can see, now select this area, then click right, then add data labels. Okay. Now again select the area, click right, then format data labels. So I want to show my data labels in percentage, so I would click on this one. Okay, and deselect the value. Okay, so now it represents our data labels in percentage. So from pie chart you can conclude that most of the sales done in quarter first. In quarter first it is 59% sale has been done in quarter first, and quarter second was next with amount 23% of the sale. The total sales in the year must have to have occurred in one quarter or another. If you got the figure wrong and quarter one should be smaller, one of the other quarter will have sales added to compensate, assuming that you haven't made a mistake with total. So as you can see, total should be 100%. Okay. If you add 59%, 23%, 100%, 8%, then it would become total 100%. Pie chart shows percentage of whole year total is therefore 100%, and the segment of the pie chart are proportionally sized to represent the percent of the total. Usually it is not appropriate to use pie chart for more than 5 or 6 categories. Lots of segments are difficult to visualize, and such data may be better displayed on a different type of chart or graph. So to create a bar graph, select this data, then insert, okay, So bar graphs generally have categories on the x-axis and number on the y-axis, but these are interchangeable. This means that you can compare number between different categories. Okay, the categories need to be independent, that is the change in one of them and do not affect the others. You can see immediately that this graph gives you a clear picture of category is largest and which is smallest. Here category 4 is largest and category 2 is smallest. You can also use the graph to read off information about how many are in each category without having to refer back to the data table, which may or may not be provided with every graph you see. So suppose here you insert data labels, select the graph, then add data labels. So from here you can see that from here you can see your data information too. You do not need to go to the table. In general, you can draw a bar graph with the bars either horizontal or vertical because it does not make any difference. The bar do not touch. So to create an area chart, select your data, then insert, then area, then 2D, first one. So from here, it is representing the data in area. Blue one represent overall sales, this one is overall sales, and the brown one is printer sales. Area chart are useful when you have multiple time series data and you also want to show the contribution of each data set to the whole. Suppose I have 3 product lines of printers A, B and C and I want to see how the sales have been in the past few years as well as which printer line has contributed how much to the overall sales. Using an area chart is better the option. The XY diagram are what mathematicians really mean when they talk about graphs. They compare two sets of number, one of which is plotted on the x-axis and one on the y-axis. So let's take this example. Here John is 2 years older than Mary and their ages added up to equal. So what age are they both now? So we can solve this by drawing 2 lines. One of John's age compared with Mary's age and one of the age that added together to give 12. So line 1 is John's actual age when Mary is different age between 1 to 9. This one. So here how we will calculate John age? We will add plus 2 in Mary's age. John says when Mary is different ages between 1 and 9 if their ages add up to 12. So to plot the scatter graph, select your data set, then insert, then scatter graph, then smooth with line. Okay. So this is our graph. Here x-axis represent the Mary's age and y-axis represent the John's age. Okay. So here this one brown line age represent John's age when their ages add up to 12. Okay. So they are intersecting to each other. Here I had plotted the 2 lines graph with Mary's age as the x-axis and there is a point at which the lines cross. This is the only point at which John is 2 years older than Mary and their ages add up to 12. So as you can see, I had plot 2 lines on the graph. 2 conditions lies. First is John is 2 years older than Mary, this condition, and second condition is when their ages add up to 12.
Your comments are very precious to me. So do let me know how I am working and whether my videos are helpful to you or not. If you like my video, please do subscribe the channel, press the bell icon so that you can get the notification of my videos and share the video with your family, colleagues and office mates, lab mates, with everyone. Till then, bye bye.